time for the Shop Report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. Barbershop Jay. I'm your host today alongside D. Gully and Coach D. Here's what's happening. The Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. Why, oh why, is Cleveland so beset? Yeah, I use the word beset with the idea that we cannot win an NBA championship. We have no hopes of winning an NBA championship unless we have LeBron James. I personally, I'm against the idea. Simply because where I come from, Cleveland, being 45 years old, well, 45 Thursday, God willing. My grandfather always said to me, you don't rely on or put your eggs all in one man or another man's basket. You pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Haven't we seen this movie before? It has nothing to do with him, LeBron James, that is. It's about Cleveland. And again, the idea of whether or not if we can win or not win an NBA championship. I'm going to say this right here now. If the Cleveland Cavaliers are building this current version of Cavaliers to suit LeBron James versus building this current Cleveland Cavaliers to win an NBA title, failure is the only option, once again. I'll turn it over to either one of my partners on this particular subject, and y'all tell me, why dismiss the bootstraps approach?
Well, I don't think that they're dismissing the bootstraps approach. I think that they believe that this approach is better. It's one thing to say it won't work versus this approach is better. This approach is, in their opinion, is better because he's clearly, arguably, the best player in the game. And having the best player in the game on your team does give you, or should give you, an advantage. Combining the best player in the game with enough youthful talent around them only further cements the idea that they are a legitimate contender. I say, no. I say that for the reasons dealing with, specifically with LeBron James and how he's done this before, now he's done this twice, or he's on the verge of doing this twice to two different organizations, I say it's time for us to move on past that and really look at the nucleus that we have and look at the other free agents that can complement this team better, longer, than maybe having LeBron James at the peak of his career at 30 years old. I don't know, Delmar, what do you think?
I was supposed to ask that.
Well, I'm just saying, because me and Delmar, we talked about this thing here, Coach D. We had odds.
That's why they have signs on the freeway that say wrong way.
Okay.
You went the wrong way. You turned the wrong way on the one. Go ahead.
Okay, now I can speak. It's cool.
Yeah, we just had to get that out.
I didn't get permission, Barry. It's cool.
What y'all need me for then? Well, you know what I'm saying? You give him permission, he give him the go ahead, the green light.
Hey, I'm on both sides of the fence with this because I see both sides. I see the Cavs version of it, and I see our version of it. Long-time Cleveland residents, long-time Cleveland fans suffer through a lot. I see both sides. And I see both sides of the Cleveland version. It's not just one side. The Cavs side is, yes, it's almost like they're taking a shortcut. They said, we get the best part of the game, put some talent around him, young talent at that, with another move, because currently constructed with LeBron on this team, they'll be a fourth seed in the East. I give him that. But with another superstar, depending on what star you bring, they can win the East, and your intention should be not to win the East, but to beat the Spurs. Because until someone remove the Spurs or redo or beat what the system that they have, that's what I'm gearing towards my team and my assessment is. Until someone beats that ball pass cut thing, that's what I'm on. Not the high flying alley-oops and the sports center. Until someone comes up with a formula to beat the pass cut, rebound, play for your team, over the shot, take it, then that's where I'm going. But to me, on the Cavs part, it seems like they feel that LeBron is the way to go. On our end, the Cavs fans, me, James, and Gully, who've been here, seen this movie, been there, done that, you have to have reservations on, is this dude going to do that to you again? Are we going to see Game 5 Boston again? Are we going to see Game 6 this year, sitting down last 7 minutes in the fourth quarter, closeout game, LeBron? So
there was no Game 6.
They did win the 6.
No.
This past season?
No, there was no.
They won 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Well, that's even worse. No, that's even worse. The Game 5 and the closeout game sitting out the last 7 minutes. So I see.
Remember to take the breathalyzer next time we come here.
Hey, you said the alphabet backwards. C-Y-X-W.
Walk in a straight line. All right. Yeah, I want you to walk in a straight line.
Now, why we know that, I don't know, but I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. And listen, I'm gonna let you finish your thought, but I want to interject right here. You say you're on both sides of the fence, and I'm with you. I understand where you're coming from on both sides because there are two sides to every coin, the heads and the tails. But here's the thing, and I'm going to go biblical to some degree. I'm not a Bible expert. I'm just saying. Making a biblical reference. The king Nebuchadnezzar. And was it the 3 boys or the 3 wise men or something or another to that effect? I'm not, again, a biblical person. I don't know the whole story. But the gist of it was, if you're going to stand, stand. If you're going to sit, sit. But do not waver. And I'm not saying you, I'm talking about Cleveland.
No, they didn't waver. That's the thing. They didn't waver. They got amnesia. That's the one thing. They got amnesia.
Is that what it is?
Yes. The Cleveland fans, and I would say, you know what, a large base of the Cleveland fans have got amnesia. Some of the media here has gotten amnesia. The idea that this was the guy that 3 weeks ago was the subject to every tweet or every Instagram, every Vine page that dealt with bailing and losing.
Thank you.
This is the guy that you want to have on your team. I don't understand that. I don't understand the logic. He cannot be that bad, incapable of leading a team, incapable of being a team player, and then be a valued asset, the person that can win us, get us over the hump. I don't understand it. I don't understand the logic.
So,
and in history,
he can and he can't at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You either are or you aren't. You know what I mean? One way or
history
another.
would suggest that he might not have understood what it would take for him to secure more championships. And Cleveland has failed to realize that they are actually better teams without LeBron James on the court. We just proved that twice this year.
Well, let's be specific.
The last 2 years.
Let's be specific. I don't want to say, let's not say that they're better teams per se. I don't want to say specific. Let's generalize it. There have been teams to win championships.
Right.
Without LeBron.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And teams that won championships with LeBron. So, but the point is, once you start breaking that down, you ask yourself, when a team wins an NBA championship, once you get past that, you have to ask yourself, well, who had as much to do with or didn't do with that team winning the title or not winning the title, right?
Okay.
So, let's be realistic. It's not even about him. I know he's thanking Ray Allen. Right. I bet you that.
Or he got the envelope. He got the check.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because the best player on the floor, or the best player on the planet, the best player in the league, in my estimation, let's go back again to the 2014 finals that just passed. Did he not take a night off? Jordan never took a night off. Say what you will about Kobe, he never took a night off.
Right.
Magic never took a night off. Bird, all them other guys that they all trying to put him next to, I don't recall him ever taking a night off. And no, I don't want to hear about he was tired, especially if, reportedly, Ginobili was playing with a fractured what?
Right.
Patty Mills was playing with a rotator cuff tear. And we were talking about the best. Nobody's better than this. Huh? He tired? I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. There's no way in the world that you get your behind handed to you in the fashion in which he handed it to you. And I'm in a hurry running to the front door, tying a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. I'm not waiting on you. I'm good.
Well, you know what? The crazy thing about it is it's just that clear, like you stated, and that we stayed on the phone together and on the show and just shoot the breeze. The crazy thing about it again is it's that clear. But somebody's turning a blind eye, someone is turning their phone off, somebody's snapping the hearing aid button. Yeah. They're not hearing it because they balls to the wall
Yeah.
for this. I mean, I've been reading so much that my eyes hurt to where they would give young talent like Wiggins and Waiters away at a drop of a dime.
I wouldn't.
That to me, that bothers me. I again, you were just shown that a team can beat the superstars, quote, the big bad superstars. A team just showed. I can see we were speculating or we was guessing. We watched this arguably for 2 years.
Yes.
It's still, I mean, just clear as you laid that out. Somebody turn us off or turn the channel because they like, nope, we still want LeBron. He just laid it out for you. And you just saw with your own eyes, not my eyes but yours, that a team will beat a team of superstars. And if you can say right now, keep everybody here, offer Chandler Parsons the max, do a sign and trade for Monroe or Gasol.
Yes,
Right.
And I guarantee you, you might, I'm going to say might on their end, not ours, you might meet the Heat in Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference
Because I know we'll be there. And I don't know what they're going to do with Danny Granger and McBob with the rock and roll here.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
That's another topic I don't know we'll get into.
We definitely gonna jump to it. But let me say this to you. What's being overlooked, that's my thing. How can you be objective and selective at the same time? All you Cleveland media, you can't do that. You can't straddle the fence. It hurts down the middle. Excuse me. We all know for a fact that LeBron James still to this day dominates the basketball. Even though he said it takes a team to win, he still dominates the basketball. So how realistically can you pair him with Kyrie? Ain't enough balls to go around, see?
Let's.
But hold on.
Let me
Please let me jump right quick. And you know what we set ourselves up for? Him to blame everybody else and blame David Blatt and get David Blatt fired. But David Blatt got a history of ball moving and winning championships. I don't care if it's across the water. I don't care if it's underneath the water. Basketball is basketball. Pass the ball, cut to the pick, and make a shot. So he'll get here, dominate the ball on Kyrie. We don't win, and then everybody fall except he.
And you know what? Let me say, hold your thought. That's another reason why I don't want him here. I want to really see what David Blatt and his coaching style can be.
Yes.
That's what I want. I think if you add a guy here, his star power is so overwhelming that, like when he was here the first time, what would we say about Mike Brown? The Cavs won in spite of Mike Brown. You understand? We saw the second time that Mike Brown really couldn't coach. But I'm just saying, but you really don't know what you have in Black or Wiggins and Dion and Kyrie together as a unit when you keep technically giving the Cavs an advantage, if you would.
Or you handed the team over to a guy who has to have the ball in the way LeBron has to have the ball to be effective. If we were asking about any of the other potential free agents, hey, what if we were talking about Pau Gasol? Or if we were talking about other, you know what? Truth be told, I mean, it's very unlikely. I think it's all set in stone. But like Dirk Nowitzki, for example, those guys are free agents. If we had different guys that didn't have to have the ball in such a way to be effective as LeBron James does, then we could really see what we have in the coach. To your point, and I think that's what Cleveland would want, because now we're going to.
No, we know what Cleveland should want. The Cleveland don't know what Cleveland want.
Well, the idea is
because Monday they want this, and Tuesday they want that, and then Wednesday this ain't basketball, man. They ain't want flavors, man.
I think we are, as a market, starved for that banner athlete. And that's why we're going to give, we don't know what's going to happen with Josh Gordon to move to the NFL just for a moment, or Johnny Manziel, who are the other potential banner athletes. But we know LeBron James is a banner athlete. We want that. I don't know why that means that we will win a championship.
A banner athlete that's not built to last. Exactly. Getting him back, if it doesn't guarantee me a championship, move on.
Because you know what you're doing is you subjecting so many people to so many things. So again, like I just said, somebody gonna get the blame. It ain't gonna be him. It'll be Kyrie, about whatever. You killing a young player's mentality and his esteem. So will Wiggins. And Blatt's a new coach coming in. He's on. He's going down trailblazing alley right now, being the first European to come over here and coach in the NBA. You may stunt his growth or kill him or put bad papers on him. Tyronn Lue was an up-and-coming assistant. Oh, you can get the job done with LeBron. Now he's smeared, whatever. It's so much at risk bringing him back.
What it means is
that the cost we gonna pay for?
But what it means is that in order for this to appear successful, there is one standard and one standard only. LeBron James being to the finals for 4 straight years should have enough NBA Finals experience that the requirement, the minimum, is not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 champions. You've heard that.
That's how many times we've seen this act.
No, that is what's required, because essentially what we're stating by what the statement being made by bringing his services here is that we will be winning championships. We can basically say we have the strongest possibility to win championships the day the ink as soon as the ink drops.
Exactly.
And if we don't do that,
they'll spill over. We'll win so many, it'll be spilling over the top of the cup.
And if we don't do that, whereby, to your point, if we would allow this trailblazing coach to really see what European-style basketball can do, in a sense,
start from the fresh from the big end all the way to the end.
Let
you really want to win.
Right, exactly. Let them see what we can do, build around him, find somebody else that can complement the players you already have instead of having them make sacrifices again.
Yes.
Then we could really see what we would have.
Okay. Sacrifice for the team, not the player.
Okay, all that being said, do the Cavs get him?
Yep. Absolutely.
The Cavs
will get him.
Do they get LeBron?
Yes.
You know why they understood he not being explained?
You know why they'll get LeBron?
What's already understood he not being explained?
Go ahead. Here's why they'll get LeBron. Because in the deliberation, he again, just like Cleveland, just like 4 years ago, it's hard for me to find sympathy for Pat Riley, but in this case I do. Because in the interim, because there was never an indication what he needed to do or what he was going to do, Bosh has been wooed by several teams. Got a max offer.
Bosh also didn't get enough touches.
All right, okay. And in the meantime, other potential free agents.
Not twice.
Right. Other more suitable personnel. You know, they stayed home. Kyle Lowry stayed home. Who else stayed home? Gortat stayed home. Guys that would have definitely helped to make a better Heat team than the team that Pat Riley could offer him.
And you know what?
Hold on. Just that again. You telling me that the Miami Heat of 2014 is now the Cavs of 2010. And Pat Riley is Danny Ferry. And Mickey Elsa is Dan Gilbert.
Yes.
Okay, but are you also saying, why is it that finding teammates it's more difficult to find teammates for the distributor, which is LeBron James, versus the ball hall, which is Kobe Bryant?
You know what? That's a good point. That's a good question.
Well, you know what?
I mean,
you know what? It's to me.
Why don't nobody want to know this?
Anthony is not one.
Let me take Kobe. You take LB. That's fair. All right.
And who I'm gonna take?
Tim Duncan.
No, you stay your lane. Stay your lane. You just stay your lane.
Wow. 480 West.
Listen, man. What I think this generation is void of
substance,
hard work. When you go play with Cole, you're gonna get to the gym early. You're gonna leave the gym late.
That's Brian Shaw.
There won't be no Century Club and going to the party up in LA. You a young guy coming in with Cole or a high-priced free agent in the same discussion with Cole on the same line as me, you gonna work as hard as me.
That's right.
So
breakfast, lunch, and dinner will be brought to the gym.
So they'll go, and I'm gonna pass it to Gully. They'll go with LB and say, you know what? After practice, we go to the club. We get the VIP. The lights will be on us. Yeah. And with the champagne, with the sparkles coming out. But no, Cole, your wife gonna be looking for you. Hey, dang. Baby, eat right here.
She gonna know where to find you.
No, she gonna know. She's going to the gym. Baby, eat right here. I'll call you back. No, you get that real true water break out the water hose on the side of the building. Yeah. You ain't getting no Perrier water. And people in this day and age are scared of that. And that's the generation I tell my son, my nephews, y'all don't know what it is to work. Y'all don't know what it is to struggle or to go through nothing. Or you don't know what it is to say no. I tell my kids, you know what? I'm gone. I tell my kids, no, you know why? Because I can. And because they need to hear it.
Well, how about the satisfaction of building myself up? That way I can challenge the best and beat them. Kobe Bryant is in the situation with that team where that team, he does need the help that LeBron James pretends to need, or pretends to need, if you will.
Right.
Okay, because Kobe Bryant is not as healthy as he once was, and the team is not has the depth of the team. They don't have as much experience or skill. They truly lack what the Heat perceive to lack. Okay, therefore, a compliment like Carmelo Anthony does make sense for him to go to Kobe Bryant or go with the Lakers. But I do think it's very interesting, though, that he's not really interested in talking to Miami. As far as we can tell. I mean, unless we don't know, unless there's, you know what I'm saying, there's a phone call.
No, because he's getting the blame where he's at. So I'm not going to take less and go somewhere else and still get the blame.
Exactly.
I'll take my 130 and get the blame, and that's what y'all supposed to do.
But listen, but now what we're doing really is we're going off of, not literally going off of, but we're taking what's being reported, we mashing it up, and we mixing it out and giving you our version.
Okay.
So, you mean to tell me a guy like Carmelo Anthony, if you're not hearing him going over there or talk about him going over there or a little bit of talk, because he don't want to go over there. You understand? We're hearing about everything else.
But why is it okay for us to hear back in the day about Mike punching dudes in the eye, hitting Steve Kerr at practice for missing a shot or running a play wrong? Why is that wrong? Don't get me. I'm not stressing.
Not advocating violence.
Not advocating violence. But what I'm saying is, why is that kind of passion and fire wrong? Or you want to go to dude who gonna give you fluff? I don't understand that, man. Last time I checked, Mike's fire in practice. They said practice was the game. They said the game was easy. Yeah. Because Mike won 110 at practice. And you let him go 130 because he was already better than you. So how is that
like Josh Gordon on the freeway?
That's not funny.
My bad. My bad.
Not funny.
Hey, I got
not
that.
Hey, again, that produced 6 rings. And if he hadn't retired, he probably got 3 more.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, how is that okay? But this fluff version that we getting out of the new generation, y'all run to the fluff.
And wait a minute, did we not say before?
I'm dropping Mike now. I'm dropping Mike. Go ahead. That was good. I was fired right there.
Yeah, that was you're supposed to let somebody else say that. You ain't supposed to pat yourself on the back. My God.
Was that fire
going to break something. All right.
Can I drop the mic now?
Hold up, man.
I'm dropping the mic, y'all.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch. All right. Have we not said many times before, the car that your parents give you, because of your home training, and I'm assuming here that you got good home training, you will appreciate it, no doubt about it. You were raised the right way. But the car that you bought with your own money is a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. That's what I'm trying to get Cleveland and Cleveland fans to realize and understand. Let's build a team the way teams should be built. And I guarantee you we'll get far more out of that. And our adulation for that will be far more truer than we get a guy who's a front runner that's going to win 45 and 50 games and then sit down with 7 minutes left to go in the closeout game.
Like, that should not be overlooked.
That should not be overlooked. You play to win, man.
But y'all's picks shouldn't be overlooked. You said he here. I say no. We blew past that 5 minutes ago. Y'all ain't gonna take that. You just gonna say that and
say
so he'll leave Miami.
Yes, he's got no choice to leave Miami.
Listen, he's got no choice. I say, listen, Cleveland has made such a pitch for him to come back. It's hard to deny. You know, they talk about, hold on. They talk about all you, when you turn on the talk radio or read the newspaper, all they talk about, it's on the front page now. 3 schools closed that day, but that's in the back. You see what I'm saying? But they're on the front page now. You know, all these chuckholes that keep breaking, they axles and all of that, that's way in the back. But on the front page, LeBron is coming back. You know what I'm talking about? Let me tell you why. Oh my gosh, they all breaking it down.
It's very simple.
So I mean, it's like we don't have a choice in the matter, but to say what we're saying it this way.
Okay, well, I don't want that fluff. I want what we got. I'll tell you why do you think he's leaving?
Because I'll tell you why I think.
No, I didn't say what you read on plain dinner.
No, I'll tell you why I
think he's leaving.
Because they want me to give my resignation as a Cavs fan up today. That's why. They like, if y'all don't get this dude out of if y'all don't get this right on the section 128 Long Bill, that's the mission. Get him out of here. Okay? So they know when he come back,
so customer service when they had a meeting, they didn't have anything. Barbershop they gotta get out of the house.
See that guy? I'm trying to tell you that. Matter of fact, when I went to the draft, there was a spotlight.
Okay, Gully. Barbershop.
Why they didn't throw me a t-shirt? She was like, and threw it to the little kid. They couldn't even
Here we go, Gully.
Yeah.
Why do you think he out of Miami?
Because Cleveland is tired of me talking about why the Spurs are the best team in sports. Yeah. That's why. All right. Now, that's my.
I tell you what, but Cleveland will always be number one in the headlines. And last in the division.
Right. No, but seriously, why he's coming to Cleveland? Because he has scared the market into thinking, and basically he scared off his help that he would have had in Miami to stay. This is his best.
The same help he scared away in 2010 when we tried to get
exactly. There was nothing that he could do. There was nothing that we could do because we didn't know. It wasn't. If he would have said, "I'm gonna re-up," think about it. And look what else he did.
But don't say that without saying why he scared his help off. It was his performance in the 2014 finals. They're like, dude, how you get all the Samsung and Sprite commercials and your team get 4-1?
And you sitting down though.
I
remember Kobe playing Game 6 when they lost, because I think that was one of the biggest losses in it.
He was still on the floor.
He was on the floor when they lost 92 to whatever that
12.
Yeah.
Because look, in Game 1, LeBron had a Midol moment. Okay.
You know what?
In Game 2, he had a Midol moment. In Game 2, he had 35. Then all the wagon riders was on it again. Oh yeah, they gonna win both at home. You lose two at home in that grand fashion. Can't blame him on cramps.
Jay, you've always said that he was missing something right there.
Yeah.
Now
my heart is on this side. Don't touch me no more. Walk me now.
Real sensitive today.
Come on, yeah, lightweight.
We're tornado watch anyway, y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway, you saying he was missing that thing in the middle. Now I read today in all
His heart, right?
His heart. Okay, yeah, keep right. Thank you, Gully.
What he's missing, what he's lacking, you can't buy at Walmart.
Okay, he came back at Walmart. But I read all today that he's going to meet with Raleigh, and the meet today was he telling him, you can't give me what I get, and I'm leaving. Me personally, I think he's staying because I don't think he has the heart to tell that man that. That's where I'm at. I feel y'all on all that, but inside, I know what I get. Listen, that press conference, and that was my grandfather talking to me on the porch. I'm like biting the side of my mouth. I'm biting my tears back because my grandfather challenging me, help your grandmother out. Cut the grass, take the trash out, do what you gotta do. So I'm biting this out of my mouth and I got tears because my grandfather really challenged me, which means he cared about me because he wanted me to take that next step. All you hear is LeBron got pissed off about that. And he should be ashamed and he should rethink that thing. No! That's not right. Take that as a challenge. But then give it,
this is the second time he's been challenged this
right,
time.
Yeah. But again, my point is, can he sit in that meeting? They say he going to meet today. Can he sit in that meeting and tell Pat Riley, I'm out?
Oh, and you know
I don't think it.
Let me say this.
I don't think it.
No,
this is to the national media, the local media, all the media.
No, I think he can.
I think he can. No,
I think he can.
Oh, how y'all gonna hold me on?
Because I was trying.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
Right?
Listen, I'm not gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
I heard that before.
Both y'all answer the question. I'll drop the mic. I'll drop the mic. It's on y'all.
All right.
He ain't got America. He ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
He ain't gonna do it.
I'm gonna talk about this is to the national media and the local media. For all of you out there to keep talking about this letter, this Dan Gilbert letter, okay? As if to say LeBron should be offended by the letter to Dan Gilbert. That's not one-sided. Let's talk also about, which they failed to mention, why the letter was written. Like I said to you before, they keep talking now in this case. LeBron is upset with Mickey Harrison and Pat Riley. Yeah, maybe Mickey Harrison and Pat Riley upset with LeBron for sitting down with 7 minutes left to go in the closeout game since you're supposed to be the best, crying. Hey, I would have asked him if I was a fan in the stands. Hey, you want a hamburger to go along with them French fries?
Hold on, but then too, you said he sat down. He sat down, but the little short dude that walked around the sideline, he should never have sent him a sub. How about that?
Yeah. Well,
after Pat Riley Mickey Harrison talk, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You say now? Okay, yeah, you know you get that bonus come back, right?
Yeah, enablers. Stop enabling him, Cleveland. Now, were you going to say something?
All right. Well, I was going to say.
He didn't answer the question about does he have the heart to tell Riley no that?
That's the question I want to answer. I want to tell you why he does. Because a hard decision has been made easier. When it was sort of, when the potential was there to get other
guys Cleveland wanting him, the need for him, or
no, it came down to personnel. Okay. It's that the idea of it is at a point that if he would have had this conversation, maybe a week or two ago, or very soon thereafter the finals were over, there was still potential where Pat Riley would have had work to do to prove himself. Okay? If he would have somehow made an indication that, listen, I need to see what type of help you're about to bring to me. Okay? Because you go get him, all right? And then we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. He made no such declaration, at least to my opinion. Therefore, all of the help, the wells ran dry. The only well that is open right now is Cleveland. So he don't have, it's not a hard decision anymore because Pat Riley's hands are tied.
He has an out.
He has his hands are tied. So he's not making a hard decision no more. He's not risking anything by telling Pat Riley no because there is nothing that Pat Riley can do to help him.
And here it is, Cleveland, this Rust Belt city, this city that was and had something to do with World War I and saving, all of this tradition that Cleveland's supposed to be based on, we getting ready to reward a guy again for what? Running. Holla back, man.
Running faster than he do up the floor for a chase down block.
So, moving on, let me ask you all, and either one of y'all can jump right in on this.
I dropped the mic so he got to go first.
Yeah,
well, pick the mic up then, man. We need your help. You see, look at you, dropping mics and running.
I see why you're wild. Right, I see why you're man. You trying to beat him to the finish line. Wow. On your mark, get set, go. Wow. My shoes faster than yours. My shoes make me faster than you.
Right.
Right. Pro kids. Wow. And Chuck Davis. All right. Wow. The Cavs free agent objectives. Other than James, what are the Cavs free agent objectives?
You mean what they should be?
Absolutely.
Okay. You say tomato, I'll say tomato.
I'm telling you what they should be.
What should they be?
Again.
Shakespeare. Where you shade?
Hey, I'm making everybody listen. I told James a little while ago. They need to take the Ray Farmer approach. Everybody in the building gonna earn their check. On Friday, I'm standing the door, pat the check up. Wait, what you do today? Hold on, bring your numbers. How many season tickets you sell? Everybody gonna earn their check. And that being said, again, crossing back over to what's name, Griffin. I'm making everybody earn their money. Scouting department, research department, find me somebody that this man can coach and he can do his style, and then we can do it. You say ball don't stick, post players gotta be smart, make the right pass, know when to pick, know when not to pick, know when to space the floor. I'm on it now. Everybody can earn their money. So give me all available free agents, and I'm building my team the right way. And me saying all this to get the raw here is get David Black what he needs.
And what does he need?
What he needs, man. He needs high basketball IQ guys who can do multiple things.
So power forward. Greg Monroe.
Yes. Chandler Parsons.
Oh, okay. Listen. Can I go?
Wow.
Well, all this money they still got. Now I don't know the particulars. But you cannot tell me. I'm just taking a stab at a guess at it. That 2 of the 3 names we mentioned just now, they got enough money to get at least 2 of the 3. And you tell me that they wouldn't be in contention.
First of all, you wouldn't something. Listen, you wouldn't even need all 3. Chandler Parsons deserves the max at the 8. Absolutely give it to him. Give him the max. You trade for Greg Monroe, sign and trade. Absolutely get Tristan out of here. Absolutely. And whatever else they need. On the next thing smoking.
Amtrak.
Don't bring him back. And guess what? First of all, bringing Monroe in here won't cost you a max. I don't think Chandler will cost you a max. I'm looking at a $45 million break on Chandler Parsons to LeBron James. I'm looking at a $4 or $6 million savings when it comes to Greg Monroe. Then you package in Tristan and Andy, whoever to get what you need. I'll guarantee you right now, a team that starts Kyrie Irving, Andrew Wiggins, Chandler Parsons, whoever at the 4, Greg Monroe at the 5.
In the East, is at least in the East, that's already.
Hold on, what's the main thing? What did LeBron say in a little sad conversation that I hate keep going back to him, but it makes my point a little more fiery. When LeBron
you're gonna get self-promotion.
Let's do it. I can't jump in my twice. I'm gonna hit it.
All right.
Then LeBron said the thing scared him about the Spurs most of everybody live.
Everybody's live.
Everybody live.
Right.
Who Rodgers' name is everybody live?
You wouldn't know that with the Miami Heat, despite winning 2 titles and being there 4 times.
Hold on, getting 5 live players with this guy who I keep hearing on everything I look up is the ball don't stick with him.
Oh, and Shabazz Napier, by the way, is his favorite player, but he getting ready to dip. Man, stop it.
But y'all feel me? I mean, real talk. I mean, if y'all try to be funny, if the league, the national media try to be funny and call him a knockoff Greg Popovich or Greg Popovich Jr., I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I had 2 seconds.
I'd rather have a knockoff Greg.
it's all right to be a copycat, as long as you're copying the right cat.
Oh, hey, ooh.
Oh my goodness!
Drop the mic! Drop the mic! You gotta drop the mic,
You know what? I'm gonna say
Oh, you
something
something
like
like
this.
that.
Hold on, I don't need to drop the mic. My shit's in front of me. I don't drop the mic. Let's sing. I'm the wedding
You
singer.
ain't got no fire today?
I don't need no fire. I don't need no fire. I don't need no fire.
Okay.
I live two right here.
Okay. All right.
I heard Colin Cowherd from the Colin Cowherd show, ESPN. He said something. He said, in the last 4 years, he said, where is this idea that, and George Carl said it too a while back, basically, same thing. This idea of a superstar. He said, Dirk Nowitzki was a star with a bunch of pieces around him, won the title. He said, the Spurs are Tony Parker and the A's Tim Duncan with a bunch of pieces and won the title. And LeBron James in Miami Heat is one Ray Allen jump shot away from winning one out of the four. That's reality, people. Get out of this fantasy land or whatever and think that it's all, y'all want it to all hinge on him. We talking about on the court right now, I wouldn't put my money on it. I'll put my money on Ray Allen, or I'll put my money on the fact that he's going to push Kevin Durant, okay? I'll put my money on the Spurs, but I'm not putting my money on no Queens from not New York. So you say Greg Monroe, Chandler Parsons.
That's it. Drop the mic.
Yeah, you say, I say Chris Mihm, Johnny Morton, Tally Potapico.
You was dead wrong.
Was that I didn't?
You are dead wrong.
What you mean? And LeBron James. And Chris, he make everybody else better. Chris Gatlin. Yeah, Chris Gatlin. Don't do that.
Randolph Keys.
And Randolph Keys.
Okay.
And the lock. Yeah. Lock and key. Leave it to me.
Well, Delmo, I think you hinted at the two free agents that
No, he dropped the mic.
He
dropped the mic.
He dropped the mic.
Hold on. Remember, y'all know Dan Gilbert has no problem going into luxury tax. And when I did the math, if I'm not mistaken, it'll be like
you had 22.5 casino. 22.5 casino. You like that?
We can pick it right up. You can jump on that.
I picked that up.
A little over $2 million that over the cap that movie. Listen, y'all, it ain't that hard. I'm just tired of people, and I tell them all the time. I'm getting tired of people sharing ties getting our money. Because it ain't that hard. You get 2 moves.
Yeah.
Give Chandler Parsons the money outright.
Yeah.
Because Houston is not going to match it. Because again, they're going to go after Bosh and give him that money. They say he can have it.
Yeah.
They don't want to match Chandler's money. Which means, guess what? You don't got to give him the max.
Exactly.
Come on, y'all.
Exactly.
You don't got to give him the max. You know what? Give him the max if you think Dallas is waiting. Because Cuban got some up his sleeve too. And he ain't scared to play. So you know what?
He's going to get one of the two of them.
So jump out the tree, Cleveland. Offer Chandler the max.
But hold on. Let's say this about the two teams in question. One thing we can say for sure, they playing to win.
Yeah.
They not.
Yeah.
They all in.
Now I find it interesting.
That's what you can't say about the chump.
Well, is LeBron James on the radar for Dallas?
No, they LeBron James on the radar. Look, LeBron James got the whole league hostage, so he on the radar for everybody. He on the radar for even some of the D-League teams. Some of the Maccabi Tel Aviv.
The Toros.
Last time out there, they were going to trade Yakinak and Rocknock. And maybe throw in 2 second-round picks. I'm just saying. All the NBA is LeBron got, hey, good for him.
But you know, he got it. He got it. I mean, Dallas is waiting, but they're going to re-sign Vince. They said they're going hard at Parsons. But the guy we forgot, Greg Monroe, it's not going to be that hard again because you look at their roster, they got 715 people 6'9" and over playing out of space. You know what I'm saying? With the John Smiths and the Drummonds and the Villanuevas and what's the guy name from
Stumpy?
No. Shazer.
Oh, yeah.
They got Scherzer, whatever. So Singler. So you can literally. No, you're crazy. My point is still on though.
Okay.
Hey, you can let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, America. You can lightweight slide both these dudes from where they at and not kill your pockets.
Eddie's going Hollywood, y'all.
Listen, y'all.
Eddie done went Hollywood.
Listen, real talk. Hey.
He made 2 good points. Now he done, you know what I'm saying? He done left. He ain't
America.
He like Diana Ross and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And we like who? You know what I'm saying? We the rest of the Supreme.
Hey, Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Real talk. Van Gundy likes who he likes.
You know what happens when you go solo now? You get to crack and cocaine.
I like cranberry juice. Listen.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, y'all. Van Gundy likes who he likes. He shows y'all that in Orlando. And if he ain't gonna love him or holler for you, he'll lose you.
Yes.
With no problems.
None.
You know what I'm saying? He blew that spot. They might be like, what are they doing?
Yes.
So let the man scientists do what they gotta do. You need to be there with open arms with get Monroe, and it's not gonna kill you. And listen, from Manu, he's the president and the coach. If I'm not mistaken, don't he got all titles?
He got a whole bunch of hats.
Fools go fool him. You know what? You want 2 number 1s? And Tristan, you want 2 number 1s and Dion? He'll take it and run. For Monroe, are you gonna Tristan him? I quit.
Oh. I'm just saying.
But real talk though, y'all, you can get that dude.
Now you're trying to convince us.
No, for real, y'all.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not with you.
Gunny, Van Gundy is right for the.
He's still right. You gotta give him.
America, call me later, man. When they here, man.
Hey, look, we gotta get out of here, y'all. It's been fun, but we gotta run as always. Y'all can email us and let us know what you think. The Shop Report 365 at Gmail, or hit us up on Twitter at The Shop Report. And remember, y'all, what do I always say? If y'all,
everybody welcome at the shop.
No, that ain't what I was about to say.
Anytime y'all
When y'all want to really know what's going on, really know what's going on, man, anytime you want to know, man, come to the shop, man. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.
We were just trying to test you, man. You did a good job, man. Good job.